Police Commissioner assures every effort being made to find Jaden Smith. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake has sought to assure the Manchester High School community that every effort is being made to find missing student Jaden Smith. The 12-year-old boy has been missing since last week. The police commissioner led a team on a visit to the school and met with Principal Gabriel, staff members, and students to share information. Senior Superintendent Dennis Brooks of the Constable Communications Network noted that persons have reported seeing Jaden, but he keeps eluding those searches for him. He is urging anyone with information that could assist to come forward.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force, working with its partners, has been working assiduously, really around the clock. Investigators have been working to bring him home. We stopped by the school to share all that we know, as well as to gain any important information from the school. What we can say is that we've confirmed that there have been a number of sightings of him in the Mandeville Town Center. Efforts have been made to bring him in, but he has eluded those efforts. We heard from the principal today of a member of his staff seeing him and he ran off, and other similar reports have been made. We continue to search in earnest for him. We're using credible intelligence and, of course, technology has been employed to assist us in our search for him. And if anyone knows his whereabouts, if anyone has seen him, it would be really appreciated if they, of course, pass that information on to the Mandeville police or to anyone that they trust. We do want to ensure that in the soonest possible time that we bring him home to safety, and then the community support systems can begin to do their work.
Florida man missing in Jamaica. The police are seeking the public's assistance in locating 22-year-old Nathaniel Green of Florida, United States. Green is of brown complexion, slim build, and about 5 feet 7 inches tall. Reports from the Savannah Mar Police are that about 9:19 a.m. on Thursday, October 2nd, Green was last seen in Greenhill District, Glen Isla, Westmoreland, wearing a black and white t-shirt, black jeans, and a pair of black sneakers. He has not been heard from since. Anyone with information or know the whereabouts of Nathaniel Green is being asked to contact the Savannah Lamar Police at 876-955-2536, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Operation Endgame, launched by St. James Police to counter criminality in the parish. The St. James Police have launched Operation Endgame as the division steps up its drive against criminality in the parish for the remainder of the year. Commanding Officer Senior Superintendent Aaron Samuels says there have been a major reduction in serious and violent crimes. 44 murders have been committed in the parish since the start of the year, down from the more than 100 recorded in the same period last year. A number of persons have been arrested for murder. The police also have a clear-up rate of over 70%. SSP Samuels expects that the latest surge in police operational activities will further reduce crimes. He adds that the police are working to ensure gangs find no safe haven in the parish. Meantime, Operations Officer for St. James Superintendent Lenore Edwards says the latest operation, which also includes an assault on Prada larceny, follows 2 other initiatives launched earlier. He states that Operation Endgame, which began on October 1, is aimed at ending what he calls the bad and criminality in St. James. It involves a number of components, including the police's plan for Christmas. A number of persons have been arrested since the operation began on Wednesday. The police noted that the assistance of other divisions, the Jamaica Defense Force, and citizens led to the arrest.
Since the start of the year, we are seeing a major decrease in murders and shootings across the division. We are seeing a 57.3% reduction in murders and overall a major reduction in serious and violent crimes. We have so far ended the third quarter with these reductions, and it is our intent to push as hard as we can to ensure that we continue seeing our reductions and seeing a safe and secure St. James Division. With this being said, we are moving in our fourth quarter with a new resolve in terms of our operational push, and we have dubbed it Operation Endgame. For the gangs, we have seen significant reductions in gang operations within the division. Our main focus has always been on the gangs, and if you recognize some of the areas that we normally would have problems, such as the Salt Spring, Flanker, all of those areas, they are a bit calmer now based on the work that we have done in targeting these gangs. Whilst some gangs have splintered and some persons have migrated and others are all over the place, our aim is to continue our pursuit of gang members to ensure that residents don't see them as anybody that they should harbor around, as it only hampers their trust for a safe community or even their ability to earn.
So last year, July, we launched Operation Storm 1, and this year, May, we launched Operation Storm 2. These two operations signal the beginning of what we call madness that prevail in St. James, Montego Bay in general. But even though we have been reaping significant success from these operations, still reaping success in recovery of firearms, the apprehension of wanted men, and general reduction in crime, we are determined to continue this trend. And the launch of this Operation Endgame is to basically end badness and criminality in St. James for good. We have added more teeth to our activities, more assets, more intense, a combination of old and new strategies combined with our JDF partners and other formation. And the gangs, of course, have been feeling our effectiveness, and they are going to feel it even more. Mark our word. We won't allow the wanton killing of the past to return. It's not coming back.
Rehab over prison. Errol Green, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, is calling for a more compassionate approach to deal with mental health and dementia, emphasizing rehabilitation over incarceration. Expressing concern about the growing need of young people affected by substance abuse, Green highlighted that mental health challenges they face and the risk of imprisonment for offenses committed while under the influence of illegal drugs. I work in health, and believe you me, some of the things that I'm seeing as it relates to mental health and how some of the young people, how their brains and their thinking have deteriorated because of the use of drugs, stated Green. We can just pack up everybody and send them to prison. Green, who was speaking at a recent Justices of the Peace and Lay Magistrate event in St. James, said his preferred option is rehabilitation over incarceration. We need to find a way to work with them to get them into rehabilitation and to set them on the straight and narrow, stated Green. Green cited drug treatment courts as a critical outlet where justices of the peace are already playing a role in redirecting troubled youth from incarceration to recovery. He also stressed that dementia among the elderly is another equal pressing issue, warning that families and the health system alike will be further strained as cases continue to rise. This is a national challenge that requires empathy, structured intervention, and a willingness to treat people not as criminals, but as human beings in need of help, he stated. Beyond the health dimension, Green tied the crisis to a broader justice system. He praised innovations such as digital case management system, mobile legal aid unit, and mediation training for JPs, which are all designed to reduce court backlogs and expand access to justice. When you go into mediation and two people can smile and shake hands and come out to a solution instead of going back to court over and over, it has certainly cleared up the backlog of cases, Green explained. Green, who is also a trustee at the Lay Magistrate Association of Jamaica, appealed to JPs to deepen their community involvement, from visiting lockups to supporting mediation efforts and providing guidance to citizens in need. The Bible says, "Inasmuch as you have done to one of the least of my brethren, you have done unto me. I was in prison, and you never visited me," quoted Green. Spend the time to talk to them. Spend the time to help them. It won't take long, and it's very satisfying when somebody leaves your presence smiling because you have assisted them. Green nonetheless acknowledged that stigma remained one of the greatest barriers in addressing mental health and dementia, but he challenged civic Jamaicans, faith communities, and the JPs to continue to stand as bridges of trust, support, and dignity. This is an excellent training, and it is good to give back to your community, Mental health is no longer an issue we can ignore. It is both a health priority and a moral obligation, stated Green. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.